Sean Sewell, Engearment.com podcast, coming at you from Sean's Run in a beautiful little snowstorm here at end of March. Got my Never Summer splitboard right here. Going to make this one a real quick episode for a few reasons. One, making this for my friend Pat Flynn, who was on the podcast yesterday, and we were talking about the joys of walking, one of Dan, John, Pat Flynn's, and myself's favorite things to do. And Pat asked, gosh, if there's a way to make a podcast while walking, that'd be fantastic. So Pat, right there's my walking path. And I did a couple of gear reviews and doing this podcast while touring, backcountry skiing. So yeah, hopefully that proves a point that you can do walking, vlogging, talking, podcast. So let's catch up on what's going on, starting with Never Summer. So I reached out to Vince. We're going to link up and do some splitboard reviews here very soon, just after the Bozeman Split Fest. And then reviews, Cool. We're working a lot with Cool. You've seen probably the Cool Clash and the Interceptor jacket. Love those pants. I was wearing a Clash today when I was training at the gym. We have the Cash Merino shirt review up. We'll actually be up by the time this is up. It's a 16.5 micron, which is a super lightweight merino wool. It's the lightest I've ever felt. They claim it's the world's softest merino shirt. It's pretty flippin' soft. So have that video review up actually on Monday of next week. Tuesday we'll have the Valiant, Velvet Valiant, which is a half poly, half merino shirt review up as well. And there's one more cool shirt we'll have review up as well, because I couldn't find any reviews on them, especially video wise, and I was very curious. So actually I went out and purchased those in my pro deal and put them up just for gratis, just for help you guys out. So OR, Outdoor Research, sent over their new Motive AscentSchell jacket. I've been using that for splitboarding and hiking. We've actually had rain. We've had quite a bit of storms since the last outdoor podcast I recorded. We've had grapple, which is like dipping dot size snow. We've had snow like you see currently. We've had 2 blizzards. We've had driving cold, miserable rain. And the Motive AscentSchell seen a lot of use. I had the video shot for that. That'll be up maybe Saturday or Sunday. And they use electro-spun technology, like at the nano level. It's crazy. They made their own waterproof, breathable 3-layer membrane. And the price is only $199. Psh, amazing. And it stretches and it's quiet. So stay tuned for that review. Vasque, I mentioned in the last podcast, but I'll revisit that. Vasque reached out for us to do a review on pretty much their entire lineup of boots for not just men, but for women and for children as well. So I had the men's portion done. The standouts, in my opinion, there was the Talus XT, which is more traditional leather, durable hiking boot for more of your old school hikers and backpackers. And then my favorite was the Breeze LT GTX, which is a lightweight version of the Breeze. I like lightweight and waterproof. I wear those. I was wearing those today training in the snow. I love those. And then the most stylish of the bunch was the Alchemist, I believe. Alchemist. Well, you'll see when you the link in the video review. And it looks like a sneaker, but it's waterproof, and it's really attractive. Boot, shoe, sneaker, snoot, beaker, whatever you want to call it. That's Vasque. Loa reached out to do some reviews on some new stuff coming out, so that's exciting. Outside of stuff I'm working on, we'll go into this real quick. Dometic. So I teased you with a little bit of the Dometic cooler in the last video review. Renogy and I are working together as well for a 100-watt solar panel on top of our roof desk tent that will go into a battery, into an inverter, to that Dometic cooler. My friend Damien, my Caribbean friend Damien, is going to help me shoot that video, as well as my friend Chris Hennessy, and then my friend Jeff Welsh. We're going to get like 3 or 4 takes on how they use these kinds of refrigerated based coolers in their van life, RV life, overlanding, glamping, camping, family style setups, which is really cool, because once you think about the upfront cost, yeah, it's a bit of money for the solar and for the Dometic cooler, but then you never have to buy ice again. And the sun power is free, and the battery harnesses the power when there's no sun. So once the upfront cost is, budgeted for, then you have a sustainable solution, and you're not using up resources, and you don't have to eat soggy food. That's probably the biggest kicker. Like, how many times on a 2 or 3 day camping trip you go to the cooler and the ice is melted, as ice does, and you go to get your leftovers and it's a wet turkey sandwich, and it's just very unappealing. Then you wind up not really eating things except for potato chips and drinking way too much beer, and silly things happen. So this can negate that. And it's just great. It's a cool system. So stay tuned for that. Again, it's like a 3 or 4 person integrated review. And then you can see their setups too. Like my setup is pretty cool. I love it. But it's nothing compared to Chris Hennessy's or Damien's. Damien's got this VW van from the late 60s. It's really awesome. And Chris has got a super tricked out overlanding 4Runner. And Jeff Lush has got this like truck conversion RV camper with a heater and just all the things. I just got my dogs and beer and a burrito and a cooled cooler, and then soon a solar panel. What else? BioLite. So BioLite sent over this really cool 20,000 mAh amp battery pack, and I was camping, as I'm always camping, and I plugged in my MacBook Pro 13-inch and it charged it. Blew my mind. I had that video review up as well. I've never seen a battery pack be able to charge a laptop. There's another company sending over one later this week as well, and we'll have that up pretty soon too. Speaking of BioLite, they are sending over an awesome stove that, sure, it burns biomass, aka wood, but in the process it charges your electronic devices. Super awesome. So BioLite, we've done headline reviews with them and other things. Really impressed with that. More camp stoves. Brio. So I've been teasing you here and there on Instagram and a little bit on the podcast last time, I think, with the Brio made in Pennsylvania, made in America fire pit. Super awesome and burly. I'm going to shoot that video review next 2 weeks. Really impressed with that guy. And then another company using solar. Again, I'm really trying to get into a lot of solar, a lot of sustainable, low impact stuff going into this camping season. And just because I know there's a lot of people out there that are very curious in that, and I'm trying to reduce as much resources as possible and more sustainable, and try and think about longer term for gear use here. Sungo, they're going to send over a camping table with a 60-watt solar panel built into it, and then a solar cooker. Again, requires no fuel, just the sun, and they'll cook food in like 20 minutes, and it'll boil water. Super awesome. Again, super sustainable. So stay tuned for those. Feel like that catches you up. Cool, never summer outdoor research, BioLite, Vasquez. All right, other riders doing great stuff. Wil Rickards just got together his review for the Rocky Talkies. Rocky Talkies is a comms, as in, comms, like walkie-talkies, based out of Denver here. We met the owner Bryce a few times to talk about his concept. Really great guy. So Will has that up. That'll go live, I believe, Sunday or Monday of this week. And then Kate Agathon has a few more reviews from Athleta. And then Andrew Piotrowski on the East Coast has a review up on some Nathan gloves, some Swift socks. And this is cool about Nathan, the running company Nathan. His wife is the model on the cover for the Nathan stuff. So he gets a package from Nathan for the review, and he's like, that's my wife on the pack. What are the chances of that? What a beautiful small world. So Andrew's just crushing it with reviews out there. I mentioned Vasquez, Nicole Doty, and Mike Oplin will be doing the kiddos and the women's boots reviews here very soon. So probably next 2 weeks or so. And next week we have Michael Doc Hartle on the podcast. Now Doc was on in February of last year, and just a fantastic coach, instructor, human being. He's a chiropractor as well. Met him through Strong First. He was my team leader for the SFG as I went through for the 3rd time, and then for the SFL, the barbell certification, when we hosted it at our gym, Existence Athletics. So really looking forward to talking with Doc. Such a fun guy. And then speaking of Existence Athletics, we are going to be hosting my friend Matthew Flaherty, who's been on the podcast several times. We hosted him for the Flexible Steel certification back in September. I love that certification. And I've always been curious about the ground force method. So he's going to bring the ground force method to our gym, which is great. So you can attend that if you like to. That'll probably be here in June, I'm thinking. And then Pavel will be hosting the Strong Endurance at our gym as well. That will be in November. And yes, you can attend this. I would love to see you. I'd love to see you in person. Maybe take you up to here to go hike on the off days, or just get a coffee or a beer or a sandwich here in Denver, show you around. So we're going to be hosting some, I think, of the most top-notch certifications out there that directly improve either your personal knowledge on health, wellness, movement, and fitness, or further on your career as a fitness professional. I tell you what, like what I've learned from Strong First and Flexible Steel has put food on the table and has helped a lot of people. So it's worth investing in. And we're hosting at our facilities. You can come hang out with me and my friend Ryan and Dan and all the people. And speaking of Ryan, it's Ryan's birthday this week, so happy birthday, Ryan. The day after that was my wife's birthday, hot dog. And then we saw Amanda Candy for her birthday as well. Actually, her birthday is next week, but we saw her early for that. And yeah, a lot of birthdays this month, March. I believe that covers what we're working on. Going in, some more Jack Wolfskin, actually luggage this time. We're going to do some luggage reviews for them. Patagonia emailed yesterday a few times. They went to their warehouse, and we're going to be sending us some fall 21 and spring 21 stuff. So confirming that after I get this podcast done and get back to the truck. Always love working with Patagonia. Just love everything about what they're doing. It's cool, like their catalog showed up in the mail last night, and then I got an email from them saying, all right, let's get your team working on some stuff, and happy to do so, Patagonia. Awesome. Testing out G3 skins. I just put them away. The new G3 plush skins, as well as their new mohair ultralights. So I will have the G3 plush review up next week. The ultralights, I'm going to wait until I get the new split board from Never Summer to test out. And I think that catches up on all the things. So Pat Flynn, if you watch this, hopefully you can see that you can walk and talk and uphill ski. Oh, and fitness wise. So been going for about an hour, 974 calories, peak heart rate 165. Uphill skiing's good fitness. Right now my heart rate somehow is 115, and I always use the rate of perceived exertion. I can completely talk. I've been talking for 15 minutes straight, so I'm recovered. So I am going to strap in, and I'm going to snowboard down and get back to work with Patagonia, Jack Wolfskin, and outdoor research, and all the things, and take my wife out for her 5th celebratory birthday dinner. Well, thank you for listening to all that. Hopefully the views were more rewarding than my conversation, and if you're listening to this, hopefully the audio came out pretty well. It is kind of windy and it's snowing, so of course there's the wind. All right, SeanSchell, thegamer.com. Till next time, take care.